Are you one of the cousins on the job?
I'm Clark's daughter. Yeah, I'm on
Clark's
This is my dad's sister.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember Clark.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, we.
Looks like they got everything going here
I
already.
think so too.
Here, Pat, let's
Okay.
try this.
One square nail tomorrow. Oh, isn't that neat?
Oh,
Do you remember?
Yeah, that made a good design.
I don't know if you had any more of the pink or the green.
Pink or the green. Oh, yeah.
You know the.
Yeah, I've got some.
I gotta see all the pictures.
You just slip it under the wallpaper pad. Some spots are stronger than others. Claude worked on riverboats, is that right? Claude Fletcher, no? Just you. Oh, I think he does too. Yeah, he's a. Are you a tugboat captain? You're a river pilot.
What was the other one? I got my book.
Well, Scotty and all my brothers, all four of us were on the ship.
Oh, really?
I started out and they were from the yard. They worked under me with it. Then I left and worked for another company. Started running the steamboat. And I went to the river boat.
This was the album that was kind of finished reading.
Oh, yeah.
Now this one. William.
Hey, Ryan.
Right here.
Come on, Lyle, let's go.
Okay.
We'll still be here.
This woman is about
What are we going to do when we go through all those high weeks?
Hello.
I only did that one time I was in college.
Tell your mother to come on the hayride.
She says she was too old for this kind of stuff. Here comes another one.
Right behind there. Right here. Huh?
Tree down there, and then on top of the hill, north past that other farmstead, over the corner is that tree, that dark green. Point at that dark green. There's the opposite. Yeah. West. When I was a kid, there were cottonwood trees all
When are we gonna go?
grandfather got this far by there weren't any trees here on the prairie. So he took the boys, went down to the river, and they pulled cottonwood seedlings out of the sandbars, and they planted trees clear around the boundary of the farm. And that's how we kept the house since 1856, or whatever it was. We've been cutting firewood, and lying where the creek is, all that land down in there was really a slough, just swampland. So grandfather took the boys out with tile spades and they dug a trench to drain that swamp. Now it's 60 feet wide and 20 feet deep down all around there. It takes up 8 acres of land. But if we hadn't drained it, why, we wouldn't have, the rest wouldn't have been so good. Over here, there's 40 acres that corners this 160 that Uncle Tom, that'd be my dad's brother, homesteaded. And then I think later on he sold that to my dad. So the farm, Lippencott Farms has 200 acres in it. Then here about 12 years ago, my wife and I bought this part, on down here, another 108 acres. So there's 308 acres in the farm. Now we're going to go down and see where I started another forest over there. Land's just farm.
Back on?
By the last time this bunch is up here, they're going to go up and pick water.
You do it? Oh
Where's
my.
Virgil? He isn't on.
He isn't here today.
A bunch of us went up there and picked watermelon.
It's our dad. It's our dad. I got sit here and then Sherry's got to sit here.
Planted about 1930.
No, I'm not Lippencott.
Right here is my popcorn pad.
Uh-oh, is it ready?
Then the tall stuff is open pollinated Reed's yellow dam. On beyond that is some sweet corn.
Popcorn ready?
Not yet. About
I
October.
could go back to great-great-grandpa. Great-great-great-grandpa.
Oh, yeah, here they come.
Here they come.
There they
Yeah,
are.
we'll be going out. There's another farmstead there, and we're
Here,
going
stand up
to
here so you can see the other one.
Cumming City Center.
Here comes the other day, right?
More people got to think, oh, I guess I'll go.
Mildred in here? She's not coming? How they doing? Here, let me see.
Now this work here, that's my work. No
But they moved
machine has been in there. I do that by hand with a hoe.
But
This is the popcorn?
But there's so many stumps and everything in there that I just
he
put
looks
them in.
terrible. He's getting new teeth.
You notice right through here there's we took some dirt out. Neighbor borrowed some dirt.
Here comes another.
It's kind of yellow.
another
Right
bunch.
through the tree. But over there next to the trees, way, you don't need any fertilizer in there. That's been in trees for
Alan could have done
40
it.
years.
Forgot he was a
Oh,
dentist and he knows how to deal with this, but I figured he could have it, of course.
Starlight out of
Yeah.
Oh, come on, you're the mom.
Yeah.
But we got the whole
Yeah, look it
motel
over here.
except one room.
And she'll take a picture.
Gerald's
Yeah, we're very big and we said
Take a
we're
picture.
in Norman Bates. Somebody's like, tonight we'll see the curtain. There you go. There comes the other tractor coming. Grandma make it on that?
I think so. Like all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Well, the grasses, you see, the tall one here is big blue stem. You see that bushy little one there is switchgrass. The ones with the side oats grandma.
There's a switch right there. That's the big.
Now, little blue stem hasn't headed out yet, but
Where's
it's in here.
Gigi?
And in the fall, it turns kind of a real rich red. Beautiful grass. And the rest, that probably looks like sweet
Mama? Huh?
So that's the kind of country.
Dick, most of these trees then were planted?
Well, most of them, yes. Up at the creek, as trees eventually got in here. When we were back at the corner of the 160, from that corner there used to be an Osage hedge run down each side. They used for fence. And all this land back here was open range that they branded their cattle and turned them loose, and then every fall they'd go out and get them. But Dad said one of the jobs every fall was around the farmstead to plow a fire guard. They'd plow several furrows to get a kind of prairie fire and burn up the building. I'd like to see a lot more prairie, but it just as well be we can't farm a little crop.
The white man wasn't so smart. The Indians had this land and this from buffalo. There was no plowing, no work. And the women got the wood.
Yeah, they did all
Hey, they weren't very smart.
Camp got the wood.
Yeah, that's your turn.
Wrong side up.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be all right.
Oh, I tell you.
Right now, the next place we're going to go is up on the Cumming City Cemetery, and that has never been plowed out. 11 acres of land there. And it's gone into deterioration several times because of neglect. But it's partly restored. We got part of the stones stood up again after having been piled in place a time or two.
Sure you done the right place?
Mostly. In fact, whether we got the
We haven't
right
had any
one,
complaints.
we tried.
Where was Cumming City?
Cumming City, when we get up on the cemetery, we'll point out all out of where Cumming City is. And that was the town before Blair. And that's where grandfather came first. He was postmaster there. And in those scrapbooks at home, it shows his report to the government on how many stamps he sold and everything. And so he apparently lived in Cumming City for a year or two before he came up to the farm.
That didn't have anything to do with Cumming County.
No, not Cumming County. T.B. Cumming was a man who was in the territorial legislature, and he may have had something to do with Cumming City too. But the man from this area that was in the territorial legislature was Paris Green.
Maybe you have to.
I don't mean just like that.
Yeah,
Well, that's real. I'm
Great grandparents were here.
That feels good. The engineer that platted all of this country around here, he's buried over here. When he platted it, he set aside a part of his own farm for burial plot. Then later on, he platted the whole 11 acres, and then he sold 10 acres to people who got together and formed an association. So there are 11 acres in this cemetery. 1 acre here belongs to their family. Now, just last May, we buried a great granddaughter, I believe it was, of W.C. Klein. And her father was buried here 2 years before that. And about 5 years ago, a former mayor of Minneapolis, Marvin Klein, was buried here. Now they send they've all been cremated. They send their ashes, and I have the honor of digging the graves, you see. Mostly.
Is that a K or a C?
K.
Klein, K. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they haven't put up the new marker for the last one yet, but it's right over in here.
The reason I asked, my mother's name K-L-I-N. She settled out around Canopolis and Ellsworth.
Nita.
Yeah. Now we're going to go over here, and there's that flat stone and then the other one up. I was up here last summer and asked for the keys to the cemetery. He had a little work to do up here. So I thought, well, I'll come up and see what's going on. And here he was over there. He was putting in a footing for a marker. And he had two old men there. One was 85 and one 88 or something like that. Kind of like, I can't think of his name here, about that age. Anyway, they were just having a picnic there. They had gotten to the Veterans Administration a marker for their grandfather, who was a Civil War veteran. And we'll pass that marker. And while visiting with them, they told me that their grandmother was killed by lightning on the streets of Cumming City in 1856 or 7. It's probably on the date. She's buried there. Now we look back here. See Cumming City. Follow the highway down, and you'll see a little red building off over there on the barn. Anyway, well, you see a bunch of 4 grain bins and then a couple buildings, and then you come back, and in that other grove there is Cumming City School. Now that was on the town plan of Cumming City. You also look around here. Look at all how Cumming City. It was a thriving town until the railroad crossed the river at Blair. And there they just abandoned Cumming City and went to the railroad.
Wonder why the railroad didn't come up here.
Well, they did later on in 1870 something. They run one from Omaha.
And I seen that, it was built.
Yeah.
And ended up past Walt Hill.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Emerson was up that way.
Went up through Rosalie and started Walt Hill. And as a kid, we drive over there one Sunday to see where they went through being cut and everything.
Also, there's I think a Somerville.
Brigham. George Brigham.
George Brigham also owns a lot up here. Probably Somerville.
I had looked because he said that. I looked in when they were married when she was born.
Okay. Anyway, Somerville was the older sister of W. Jane and Lucretia and William and all the tribe. And in the spring, during a flash flood, they were crossing the creek, which is a creek right down here on the road. I think their husband and somebody else walked across the bridge and decided it was safe. And they told Somerville to drive over, and she and her 2 children and the horses went into the stream and drowned. Now we assume they're buried here. We don't know. No markers anywhere. But that's all we know about it. Now many of the people that were buried up here had, when Blair Cemetery put in perpetual care, where they removed a lot of bodies from here and moved them to Blair. There used to be a lot of stones up here. Now if you want to wander around and look at some of these, why, go ahead.